No activity detected.
This reminds me of Alien Isolation, except for it doesn't make me want to throw my controller.
Yeah, it's not 30 hours of you wanting to poop your pants. I like that game, but it's too long.
I want to play it so bad. I mean, I did. I played like 4 or 5 hours, but it's just too hard.
There's no chill ever.
I kneel Alien Isolation devs. It's a game I want to play so bad to its conclusion. But it's not even the alien. It's the freaking... What are those robots called?
I'll show this. So this is a booby trap thing. This is what I was talking about, how this game is easy but bullcrap. How are you supposed to know this? Ever. There's no indicator at all. Wow. And there is one of my least favorite enemies of all time that we'll see in, like, Chapter 2? Chapter 3? That they're, like... They're called bloodworms, and they're in like a sack, and like they're a big elongated neck. It looks kind of funny, but they will just lunge at you unless you destroy their sack. But there might be in like a room, there might be like 10 sacks, and like only one of them is real. And it's like, what are you gonna do? Waste 10 ammo, or are you just gonna tank the damage?
Oh,
this game is
God.
bullcrap.
Well, technically, horror games pretty much always are just item management and health management, you know? That's essentially what they all come down to. Inventory management. So you have to decide, would you rather tank the damage or lose the bullets?
I hope you like this fuse mechanic, because they do it the entire game. There's actually barely anything in this shower, but whatever, some credits.
Callisto credits. Whenever a video game set in the future calls its currency credits future.
Yeah, it's another thing about this game where it's like
credits.
It just feels kind of generic, and you're like, I just want it to be a little bit more. I want it to be cool like Dead Space.
Yo, that's 2 games in a row we just played that used credits as money. I'm pretty sure Saga Frontier calls it credits,
yep.
Right? Yeah. Credits! Let's instead of calling it store credit at CIB, let's just call it credits. You have 50 complete credits. This guy's like a literal top-tier MMA fighter, by the way. Not because of his attacks, but because of how robustly he can juke.
I was kind of hoping that medium security would have less HP on the enemies, but nope.
Have you played it on maximum security?
Yeah.
Have you noticed much of a difference? I know you're still fighting, like, the...
No, maximum security is pretty, similar. There's another mode called hardcore mode, and that is a million times worse. Enemies have, like, 5 times the HP, and you get, like, literally nothing in terms of credits. Like, these enemies are dropping, like, you know, like, 10 credits. On hardcore, they drop, like, 1.
Oh my god. I mean, I still don't know, like, how much stuff costs or anything like that.
We'll get to the first shop.
But I assume it's not, you know... 1 is not gonna do a lot.
It's like, you get, like, 1 to 2, and, like, for example, crafting, like, 6 handgun bullets costs, like, I swear it's, like, 50. It's like, just killed 25 enemies, bro. Get 6 bullets. Alright.
So far, and I'm not the one playing, my major complaint of this game would be that everything looks exactly the same.
Yeah.
So far.
They do vary the environments, but yeah, early on it definitely looks,
And we're only a half hour in, but just like the hallways are like hallway number 7, hallway number 8. If you want an example of probably the game that everything looks the same in the most of any game ever would be Dino Crisis 3. You're on a spaceship, and man, just every single hallway, every single room looks exactly the same. Which I get. A futuristic, huge spaceship or whatever, a lot of stuff will look the same, but
Yeah.
holy crap. Sometimes you can't be that realistic.
Jacob, it's getting worse out here. Where are you?
I made it through the infirmary. You're looking for that weapons lockup.
Okay, you're getting close. Just keep moving.
You can definitely tell where the budget went with this game. Like, it all looks great and everything.
Yeah.
You just wish, I don't know.
Easily 90% of the budget went to just graphics.
Yeah.
I think this game does get cooler as it goes on. It's very basic. I mean, we don't even have a gun yet,
Right.
and you get a cooler melee weapon too.
You wish it didn't cost like 170 million or whatever, because is there a chance of a sequel? Because it probably only just barely made its money back. You know, who knows? If it cost half as much, would it definitely be having a sequel? Probably. There's probably a very good chance there. I can't wait till
Here's our main melee weapon.
I can't wait till Konami says that they need to sell 5 million units of Silent Hill 2 to break even.
Stumbaton, yeah.
And before that game just straight up canceled.
We are gonna need it.
They haven't talked about that game at all in months.
It confirmed has a 2024 release though, right?
I don't know.
I thought they've said
There's
something
been
about
barely any news about it, and like literally, Bloober team, I think on Twitter or something, literally had to be like, "We appreciate the enthusiasm, guys. We're working on it, but we can't say anything because everyone's just like, where the f is it?"
it. I think it's been shown that video game fans can be
Nice.
oh, that's awesome. Can be very annoying about stuff, but the one thing that they will generally accept is a delay if it's explained. I think all people really want is to just hear the truth
Yeah,
from
just
the developer.
communication, dude.
Yeah, just communicate. Like the reason Metroid Prime 4 people are so annoyed about is there's literally no communication.
None at all.
Like, if Nintendo came out and said, hey, I'm going to level with you. We had it 50% done, but it just wasn't good enough, and we started over. People would be like, okay.
Them doing that video about being like, you know, guys, we were working on it in-house, and it just didn't work out, and now Retro's working on it. Even that video was like a head-scratcher, just being like, Nintendo has never done this ever.
They did that, right? Okay, yeah.
Yeah, they literally did that. That's all we've gotten since. Hello? You good, bro?
So if Konami or I forget the studio, but the studio that works on Silent Hill 2 was like, listen guys, we're working on it, but the original game is so iconic. It's got to be perfect. We need at least 6 months, absolute minimum. People would be like, okay, cool. Instead of being like, oh, we're gonna say absolutely nothing.
Whoa! Okay.
If I remember correctly, Nintendo did something kind of similar for Tears of the Kingdom before it came out. They essentially were just like, we have a lot we still have to work on, it'll be a while, we appreciate it, blah, blah, blah. That's all you really have to do. Yeah, there'll still be people on Twitter complaining, but I think your average person who's not a social media addicted Twitter person would be like, okay, I get it, but at least I know, holiday 2024 probably, kind of thing. Cool, you know. But it just makes it feel more like vaporware when they don't talk about it at all.
Yeah, and the big problem is that Retro hasn't like shipped a game since Donkey Kong Tropical Freeze literally 10 years ago.
Wow.
What are they doing? What? Just let us know what's going on.
That has to get to the point where...
And Retro is their best second-party studio, and they haven't done anything in 10 years.
Right, so how's Nintendo, like, still giving them all that money and everything, you know?
I think even Nintendo knows that they're like gold, but I've always heard that Retro had like managerial issues.
That's cool. Whatever's happening right now is cool.
Yeah, the thing he's using is called the grip, and we get one later.
Okay. Let me see if I got this straight.
What did Retro make before Donkey Kong?
They made the Metroid Prime games.
Oh, okay. For some reason, I was getting them confused with, like, I think it's Team Ninja. I don't know why. I mean, they're both Japanese.
Team
obviously.
Ninja made Metroid Other M.
Is that it? Okay.
Team Ninja also did like the Ninja Gaiden games.
Right.
Yeah, Team Ninja also does like Dead or Alive. But yeah, what a disgraced studio.
What has Team Ninja made since Metroid Other M?
They made Ninja Gaiden 3, which was also hated. I guess they made Dead or Alive 6. I don't know what they've done since. Dead or Alive 6 like bombed, so they might just be dead.
As far as I'm concerned, Dead or Alive has bombed since, like, maybe the fourth one? The third one did pretty good for them, I think.
Yeah, I don't know.
Maybe the fourth?
Dead or Alive is really weird because you have...
You also don't have to sell a ton of copies.
Like, Dead or Alive has always been kind of sold on, like, sex appeal. You have, like, those, like, plastic doll girls, and they sell, like, $50, like, swimsuits for them, and that's probably how they get most of their money.
Right.
But, like, no one takes Dead or Alive seriously. But the reason why Dead or Alive 6 ultra bombed is that they tried to course correct and to make the series more serious.
Uh-oh.
And FGC guys were not interested, and now they also alienated their only paying customers, which is why, like, it made so little money.
Speaking of the fighting game community, it seems like people are very excited for Tekken 8, which is only a couple weeks from now at this point. I don't know much about Tekken.
Yeah, someone pre-ordered that today.
Yeah, I don't know much about Tekken, but it seems like people are pretty stoked. Also, it seems like, in general, people like Street Fighter 6 a lot, after not liking 5 at all.
Yeah.
So that's good.
Yeah,
That's a good
sure.
comeback. We've said it 100 times, but fighting games are lost on me. The difference between an amazing and a good one, I have no idea. But it's good to see when they're doing good like that. Now, Soul Calibur 7? When? It's been a whole console
It
generation.
has been so long, it's weird.
I'm not even a huge
I
fan.
think Soul Calibur 6 sold, like, pretty decently.
It did. 5 did pretty good. No, wait. 4 was the one with Darth Vader.
Yeah, 5 was the weird one.
5 did not do that great, actually.
Because they tried to, like...
6 did good.
It was sort of like, Shut up, Elias. I want to get stuff.
Let me loot. This is my looter shooter.
I mean, Tekken is always, like, BTFO'd Soul Calibur sales, but... I don't know, they should make another one.
What's generally the highest-selling fighting game? Is it still Street Fighter, or is Tekken, like...
Per game is Tekken easily.
Really?
I
Okay.
guess technically Mortal Kombat, but talking about Japanese fighters.
Oh, I don't even count Mortal Kombat as, like, a competitive fighter. I know people like Big Mike do play it competitively, but...
But yeah, I mean, we're going pure sales. Mortal Kombat's definitely top dog. But
Yeah.
Tekken has always beaten Street Fighter, but Street Fighter has, like, so many more games and versions and stuff.
Makes sense, yeah.
So
Yeah,
this is the main shop. I actually really like this. It, like, fabricates all your stuff, like, on the spot.
it literally 3D prints it.
Yeah. It's really cool.
Okay, got it.
That's really
Get
cool.
out there. We need a ship. One that you can fly.
Yeah, I'm excited for, I'm not going to play it, but for Tekken to come out just because I like when... I know it's stupid. Well, I guess it's not, but I like when good games come out.
Yeah, ever since I got
It's good for the industry, it's good for everything, you know?
Don't worry, you get used to it.
Sure know a lot about this place.
And 2023 was pretty good. Hopefully 2024 continues, although right now, only a couple days into 2024, I'm like, boy, there's not a lot of huge releases like sparked for this year yet, but obviously that can change a lot.
Don't you leave me hanging.
I got you.
Unfortunately, when E3 used to be a thing, we would know a lot in May and June, and now it's just like randomly happens.
Yeah, and especially like companies like Nintendo sometimes only announce like games like a couple months before they release. All right, so yeah. Since we only have 6 inventory spots, I pretty much sell everything constantly.
I miss having something like E3, not only because it's like pretty cool, like just to have everyone excited for something, but also like Nintendo specifically.
Please make a selection.
Like, I'll go into work. I think they're always on Tuesdays. I'll go into work in a random Tuesday in February, and like my Facebook feed will be like Tyler and all the other like big Nintendo guys will be like, huh, "Did you see the new Nintendo Direct?" And it'll be like 10 a.m. on Tuesday, February 6th, and I'm like, what? And so then I have to do a bunch of research to figure out what did they all announce, when's it coming out, all that stuff. I'm like, with E3 it was easier because you would be like, oh, for these 2 days I'll really pay attention, right? And we're good. And then like RJ will be like, did you see that Sony State of Play? It's like a random Thursday at like 6 p.m. And I'm like, what is this crap? I just have to constantly pay attention to social media to see when Sony's doing some like live broadcast. Like, get out of here. This sucks. In my opinion, sorry, Twitter and Facebook and YouTube people who like that stuff. I'd rather not have to constantly pay attention to when... Oh, and like, somebody last month was like, are you going to watch the Game Awards? And I was like, no. And they were like, you know they announce a bunch of stuff during the Game Awards. And I was like, okay. But apparently they do. There's like, every year there's at least 1 or 2 games that are like officially announced. Big ones.
The Game Awards is like the worst thing ever. I can't stomach watching it.
But yeah, obviously, like, I like video games, but I don't like gamer culture. I like people who like games. I like humans. I like video games. I don't like when people try to put it together and make it like a gamer culture thing.
So this sack is the thing I was talking about for the bloodworms.
Oh boy.
They don't show up yet, but like there's sometimes when there's a room when there's like 15 of them, and you're just supposed to know the 1 or 2 that are bloodworms.
Oh god.
It's like the worst thing ever.
And I understand why they would have big trailers during the Game Awards, but I am certainly not going to tune in to see the Dorito Pope, aka Jeff Keighley. Yes, I will never let that go, Dorito Pope. Have like a 2-hour thing where people give out the award for best walk forward and talk game.
It's just the industry like trying to be like Hollywood. It's just like the Oscars. Like everything is so like just awful.
Well, you know how they have Oscar bait movies where it's like, this kid who has cancer has to help this other kid who's paralyzed, and they fall in love, or whatever. You know what I mean? Like, super, super, super Oscar bait games. Now they're kind of doing it, like, to some extent for, like, Game Award games. Like, oh, we gotta get Game of the Year because we checked all these boxes and stuff. I did not play Baldur's Gate 3 because it did not have a physical release for PS5.
Dude, you would hate Baldur's Gate 3.
Really?
I'm telling this to you now. It is a 100-hour game where you have to do turn-based D&D combat.
Oh god.
You would hate it.
Yeah, I would. Yeah. 100 hours. That's like how much I play games for the course of the year. Not including LP games, which I have to practice for a little. But for like just fun, that's like my allotment for the year. No thanks. I mean, people seem to love it. It has like universal praise and everything, but for sometimes games just aren't made for me, and that's perfectly fine.
And like, I totally understand. I would probably maybe like that game. I'm not gonna play it though. I just don't care about Baldur's Gate lore.
I just don't care about 100-hour games.
Yeah.
I think the only one I'm gonna play this year that's gonna take a while is FF7 Rebirth. But even that, I there's no way I can put 100 hours into that. That would be like multiple playthroughs.
I'd be really surprised if that was 100 hours.
Yeah. It's probably going to be like 30, 40 hours for like a complete playthrough, if I had to guess. But we'll obviously see.
I think it is. They keep talking about how much bigger it is than the first game, but we'll see.
Has it been confirmed that it's part 2 of 3?
Yeah.
It's definitely confirmed. Like it
100%.
doesn't finish the story.
They already showed that there's like a silhouette for the third one.
Nah.
Yeah, they already showed it for I forget what video it was.
So
no, I went the wrong way.
Nope, can't go back ever. To be fair, I never thought FF7 Remake would exist, and it only took them 4 years to get Part 2 out, which, considering I never thought Part 1 would come out, I am very pleasantly surprised.
Yeah, I mean, the big thing was just creating the assets and, you know, the models and stuff, but
right.
Once they have that in place, they can really start churning out content instead of worrying about like gameplay mechanics and stuff.
I'm just glad they switched over to the Unity engine. It's a really smart move. Have those pre-made assets. That's not a thing, by the way. I love everything made with the Unity engine.
What's up, bud?
I'm not sure. Did Unity I think they stepped back the stuff they were gonna do. All the awful business decisions they were making. I think they finally stepped those back.
Yeah, they stepped them back.
That's cool.
A lot of people just don't trust the engine anymore, but there's not really like too much else.
Unity is for devs that can't afford to pay for like Unreal, which is totally understandable. In fact, I think this game uses Unreal, if I remember from the title crawl.
Unreal is like just the de facto engine for like AAA games generally. Only very few companies deviate. Like Capcom has the RE engine, which is actually great.
Oh, I love the RE engine. Yeah.
Did you see how weird that was for a second?
Does who makes Unreal? Like what company? Or is it just like literally the Unreal company?
It's Epic Games.
Epic Games is also Fortnite, right?
Yeah.
Okay. Holy crap, Epic Games. They get a percentage of every single game sold that uses Unreal, and they have Fortnite?
Yeah, and Epic Games
Holy crap.
Epic Games is also like partially or majorly owned by Tencent, so...
Oh my god.
Yeah. They're not the good guys.
I did not realize that, yeah. I know it's a really
and actually
unpopular opinion, but Chinese-controlled companies I don't like. I know. Wait, someone's knocking on the front door. Hold on, let me go see who it is. CCP! Who? Blech. Nah, just kidding, I'm back. But anyway, yeah, I did not realize that. They were in
actually, one sort of bad thing and one sort of cool thing that they just did is that they won like a major lawsuit, like an antitrust suit for Google's Play Store, and Google I hate more than Epic Games, so that's cool in my book. I want Google to die.
I guess sometimes you just have to choose between huge company A or slightly less huge company B.
The enemy of my enemy is kind of, sort of, maybe my friend.
I like that. I also, like, it can't always be... That's not, like, a universal truth.
Whatever, I don't care.
But I was actually just thinking today... I don't know why I was thinking about it, but I love the quote. I think it's from Sun Tzu, I think his name is, with The Art of War, like the literally 3,000-year-old book. Never interrupt your enemy when he's making a mistake, and I love that. I love that phrase. I love how it's, like, totally true. Like, if I ever see, like... I wouldn't consider them our enemy, but, like... Because we're so different, but whenever I see, like, GameStop has, like, a new, like, policy that just sucks and hurts customers and stuff like that, I'm like, Okay? I'm not that I could do anything to stop it, obviously, but
Yeah.
I'm like, you do you, boo. I'm not gonna complain at all. When they're like, we take retro again, we take trades of retro, and then they don't train their employees at all, like on the trade-ins, to like look for like fake games or condition or stuff like that. I'm like, all right, bud.
Use your
Sounds
shit
good to me.
dig out their implant.
Wait, what?
You don't have a choice. It's the only way through that door.
Oh boy.
It's 10:20. I'll stop soon.
What a mess.
Do what you gotta do in here. This place, there's a way to change.
Dude, so I don't even know the person's name, so I can't give any personal information, but so Trev, yesterday a lady came in, she was so nice. And she wanted to talk to me about something with the Wii. Okay. So she bought a Wii at GameStop. She's from Reading, so she bought it in Reading, which doesn't matter because they're all obviously the same corporate thing. Like 4 days before Christmas, okay? So she got it, and first of all, it's $100. They sell Wii's for $100 US, which is like insanity to me. It's way too high, by like $30, if not more. Anyway. So she got it and got it ready for Christmas, and obviously gave it on Christmas, and like it was just being kind of weird with some games. So she called up the store and was like, "Hey, I'd like to." It was like 2 or 3 days after Christmas, and was like, "Hey, I just want to switch this out for another one." And the employee was like, "Oh, you can only return used items after 7 days," and she was like, No, I just want to exchange it." And the person like reiterated like, "No, you can only return them after 7 days." And she was like, "But I bought it like 4 days before Christmas. Like how it doesn't even count, like it doesn't even start on Christmas." And they were like, "Nope, starts from 7 days from when you purchase it." So I told her, I was like, that sounds really hardcore, and it sounds like the employee did not know what they were doing. But can you imagine if that's the policy? Like if you buy a system like 4 days before Christmas and they're like, you get literally 7 days, and I'm not even including starting it on Christmas. Like, what are you supposed to do at that point? I felt so bad for her.
That's so hardcore.
Because if we had one, I would have been like, I'll sell it to you, whatever. We didn't have any at the time. And I was like, I have a feeling the person just had no idea what they were talking about, because 7 days on anything is like, it's just way too literal in general, especially around the holidays. But I was like, imagine if that's like their thing. If they're like, nope, that's
This is another thing where if you do this, you get F.
good. Oh, something like jumps out or
yeah.
whatever. Yeah, I just don't understand, because I go on the GameStop subreddit a lot, and it's like 85% just employees complaining, and like 15% like customers asking questions. And the customer asking questions, they should honestly just call the store anyway, but whatever. But man, their policies are so hardcore with like anti-returns now. It's like absolutely brutal.
Yeah, because they're a dying corporation and they didn't make as much money as possible.
Right.
I feel dumb, but I don't know exactly what to do next, so I'm gonna call her.
Okay. All right, folks. I
This
hope
game gives you checkpoints constantly, so I can just literally just stop whenever I want.
2 minutes 35 seconds. No, I want that 2 minutes back. So far, this has been pretty cool. You can definitely tell where it's going. I'm excited to see those bloodworms, I think Trev called that, he absolutely loves. It seems like he's like super in love with that enemy. And I'm mostly, as I always am with games like this, interested in the story, but I have a feeling I'm going to be pretty let down.
I think the game gets better over time, but then the ending is just like a head scratcher. We're gonna get to the DLC, and Spencer's gonna be like, "What?"
I just want to see the lore. That's all I want is the lore. Maybe. All right. Well, see you next time. Bye.